Hey, I'm Emma, and welcome to one little corner of this massive video. So you've decided to learn about the powers of Congress, specifically the difference between the expressed powers and implied powers. The expressed powers are the powers specifically written out in the Constitution that are given exclusively to Congress. These powers can be found throughout the Constitution, but they are mainly demonstrated in Article 1, Section 8. Some of the powers given to Congress include the ability to coin money and regulate its value, and to declare war. The expressed powers were included into the Constitution by the framers to adjust for the weakness of the Articles of Confederation. Under the Articles of Confederation, Congress had very little power. It was actually that lack of power that motivated Congress to scrap the Articles and create the Constitution. However, the framers chose to outline very specific powers that they felt could be fairly allocated to Congress. This was done because they were concerned with creating a central government that didn't lead to tyranny, as they had just recently escaped the wrath of Britain. So these powers were extremely important. They provided the first truly clear and understandable expression of what powers definitively belong to Congress. In modern-day America, these expressed powers are key. It is only because of them that we have such a uniform national currency and things like post offices and the U.S. Armed Forces. That being said, not all congressional powers are as straightforward as the expressed powers.
Hey, get out of there. We're done talking. It's time for the real show. Now, hey! I'm your helpful historical guide, Dane. Emma already educated you about the express powers, but now it's high time to delve into the abstract implied powers. It all started with 1819's famed court case, McCulloch versus Maryland, where fervent Federalist John Marshall, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, first expressed the justification for implied powers that Congress holds. Marshall ultimately decided that the Constitution is expanding. Congress has specific express powers in the Constitution, as already discussed, and can then implement ways not directly stated in the Constitution to best utilize these powers. These implied powers are found in a clause known as the Elastic Clause under Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution. It states that it allows Congress to utilize new ways of accomplishing their express goals in the Constitution so they can adapt to the changing times, as long as they have a just and logical reasoning behind doing so. Naturally, this brings up the question, how much power does Congress really have? To satisfy the anti-federalists who sought to preserve states' rights, the 10th Amendment was added to the Constitution. This one states that powers not delegated to the United States Congress in the Constitution are reserved for the states or for the people. Even under the justification of this amendment, we still have endless fulminations about the designation of power between the state and federal governments. The Elastic Clause and 10th Amendment have always been trading blows with each other. Issues like gay marriage, abortion, and marijuana legalization all are issues that fall to be decided by this battle. But the implied powers are best described as future-proofing. The Constitution's framers knew that Congress wouldn't be able to forever lead effectively if restricted verbatim by the text of the Constitution. The Elastic Clause lets Congress adapt to the changing times while still carrying out their original goals.
So thanks for stopping by to learn about the express and implied powers of Congress.
Click here to learn about the other powers that Congress has.
And click here to learn about the structure of Congress.
You have to throw the puppet.
You have to click here. The puppet had to go.